Well, in the battleground state of Arizona, a rift is splitting the Republican Party. Traditional conservatives and MAGA Republicans are competing for the party's future, and this division could threaten key races at both the state and national levels. Tara Mergener reports from Phoenix.
The conflict within the Arizona GOP mirrors a national trend, with MAGA Republicans and traditional conservatives vying for control of the party's future. The state is an especially intense flashpoint in the battle for influence. From sun-baked deserts to lush green forests, Arizona's varied landscapes serve as a symbolic backdrop to contrast within the Republican Party. So GOP versus MAGA here in Arizona. What is happening with that?
We got a little glimpse of that in the last primary that we just concluded. You know, it was kind of pegged a little bit of the MAGA versus moderate, and for the most part, the MAGA group won. How that may play out in the general election remains to be seen.
Even though Donald Trump narrowly lost here in 2020, he remains a powerful force across the Grand Canyon state.
He may not be a perfect man, but he's a good leader.
His influence is obvious in places like Show Low, nestled in the eastern part of the state, surrounded by the Sonoran Desert, and home to the Trump store.
So we were the campaign headquarters for then candidate Trump. And after the campaign ended, so we were trying to figure out, well, what are we going to do? Besides the local people, we get so many people from around the world who come in.
Since opening 8 years ago, the store sees a steady stream of customers arriving daily
71.
To shop, enjoy a latte, and express their support.
Here in Arizona, a lot of that, we still got a lot of the old McCain knights that are grasping onto the power. So we got all of this MAGA people constantly fighting them.
We have a candidate that just wavers off here and goes off there. They're called woke rhinos. No, we don't support them at all. You can't. You can't at a time when you're about to lose this country. And that's the sentiment of people when they're coming in.
The balance of power is also at stake in the U.S. Senate this election cycle. Arizona's choice of who to send to Washington could play a crucial role in tipping the scales in national politics. The contrast between Trump ally Kari Lake and Democrat Ruben Gallego is expected to influence overall voter sentiment and turnout, highlighting divisions between MAGA voters and establishment Republicans on issues like the border and abortion.
Kari Lake told the McCain Republicans to get out of the party, and I think we see it's a pretty big challenge for Republicans to bring the entire coalition together.
Sheriff Mark Lamb lost to Lake in July's highly contested primary.
One of my goals was to really try to bring the party together, to not do anything that would create any more division. I don't use the terms of MAGA or Rhino. I don't like those terms. I think those terms are destructive to the party.
The GOP rift in Maricopa County, crucial to Biden's narrow 2020 victory, is highlighted by former Governor Jan Brewer, a key Arizona conservative who supported incumbent Republicans over MAGA candidates in primary races.
They are the people that are going to decide who's going to win these elections. The middle of the road people.
Thank you.
On the other side, GOP leaders hope that former Governor Doug Ducey's endorsements of Trump and Lake can help unite the party.
It's probably about 70% or so that are very loyal to Trump, that are more MAGA at this point. But where they're struggling is that 30 or so percent of Republicans that don't subscribe to that and really have serious concerns about what's going on within the party.
The GOP here also has other worries, such as young independent voters, a growing segment of Arizona's electorate. A new survey from Arizona State University reveals that 4 in 5 don't believe they are represented by either majority party.
But they feel the parties as an institution to help them make informed decisions about democracy isn't working. And if I was a partisan and I was part of the party, I would be very alarmed.
And our state is 1/3 Democrat, 1/3 Independent, 1/3 Republican. If I don't have all the Republicans, I either have to take I'm 25, 30% of the independents and get crossover Democrats, and then it's close. And then I'm looking at 10,457 vote difference, which is what happened here in 2020.
Another challenge is breaking through to the state's 2 million evangelical Christians. More than a third are expected to skip voting, partly because they're disappointed with candidates or policies that don't align with their values. On top of that, more churches are shying away from political issues.
And so what we find is that most Christian churches never receive any kind of teaching about what the Bible says about major political issues. Right now, they don't know how to choose candidates.
Still, analysts believe Arizona Republicans can carve a path to victory if they're able to unite independents, moderates, and their base in time.
I really think that people should question why they are a Republican. Is it about the message or is it about the messenger? And I am hopeful and I am prayerful that we're going to come to a place where people recognize that I think we're teetering on the edge of a cliff.
Getting that message across is not only vital to the party's influence across the state, but on the national stage for years to come. In Phoenix, Tara Mergener, CBN News.
Well, if you're part of that 4 out of every 5 who don't think either party represents your interests, please do not stay home this election. Please make sure you're registered, and please make sure your voice is heard. The worst thing you can do is to say, I abstain. I don't like either one of the candidates. I don't like either one of the parties. The difference in messaging is stark, and the choices are clear. So please make sure that your voice is heard and your vote is counted.